So when I called to see if they had ticket availability for just one person for the scenic train ride in Colorado, the sweet lady on the other line was like, "You're going alone?" And I said, "Yeah, girl, solo travel don't stop, no train." Just joking. I said yes. I'm not that witty. Anyways, this is the Royal Gorge train, and it's in Canon City, just 2 hours outside of Denver, and it's been on my list forever, so I said, let's go. Now, I hate driving, but it really wasn't bad. It was about 2 hours away, and I had 1 hour and 40 minutes of the Homecoming, the live album, to soothe me. Check-in was smooth, and definitely get there early. So I get on the train and realize the train seating is a bit odd, and I can't read because I accidentally sat in the wrong seat. But that's why I say solo travel has its perks, because my sweet waitress did not even correct me. And once I realized I was in the wrong seat and apologized profusely, she just told me to stay because I guess it was empty. So your girl got a seat to herself. No, but actually, the service on the train is 10 out of 10. I sat in the Visitome, and my ticket was $129. I went on a random Thursday, but I think they do have a full lunch and dinner, like first class service train on the weekend, so definitely check that one out. But regardless, the train has food and a full kitchen. Now, pro tip, for the best views, you definitely want to be seated on the left-hand side of the train. And if you're traveling as a couple, you're not going to be seated across from each other. You'll be seated next to each other. So just a heads up. But to be honest, I would spend a lot of time in my actual seat because their open air cars are incredible. So after I had my little sandwich, I headed straight to the open air cars. You get insane views of the Arkansas River, as well as the Royal Gorge Bridge. And even though it was a cloudy day, the views were still spectacular. I also love that the waiters and conductors and staff will actually give you lots of history and point out interesting things along the route. And I made sure to really savor these views because the train ride is kind of short. It's only 2 hours. But in my opinion, this was worth every single itty bitty penny that I spent because the views were incredible. I know I already said that, but it was really so beautiful. 10 out of 10, worth the drive. And then after my train ride, I decided to go to Colorado Springs and go to the Garden of the Gods because Coloradoans, is that what you're called? The fact that you guys have just these beautiful parks that are free, that just exist in your state, I'm so jealous. Anyways, this was such a fun trip from Denver, and I highly recommend taking the train.